How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rallis, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some really awesome things just for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, which is going to be, in particular, the evolutions, or what the evolutions could look like, and the best ones we've seen so far for Scorbunny. Now, Scorbunny is a Pokemon that I feel like has been kind of neglected, or majority of the time just been memed the shit out of, being called Big Chungus, so Chunga. Either way, my point is that your boy Scorbunny is getting destroyed right now. People are scared it's going to be a fighting fire type, that's an issue. People are, theorizing it's going to be a fire electric type because of the wording for it in terms of documentation and all that sort of stuff. A lot of things are coming around right now, and it's kind of hard to know exactly what's going to be happening with this bad boy. But I thought in today's video, guys, we're going to take a look at some designs that really will be working for this, my opinion on them, and why I think they make a lot of sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into that, of course, make sure to check out all these designers in the links in the description down below. We got quite a lot of different people. I'm going to go through their names really quickly here. We got Sapphiro, really freaking awesome designer, just amazing. We've got the Drake 95, awesome just designer across the board, really talented designer as well, and just Fakemon artist. L_dark_core, your boy. I've showcased some stuff of him from already, some of his stuff. Amazing designer as well, and just Fakemon designer in general. We also got another one here from LDarkCore as well, so shout out to that boy. And the final one here is from Velo_art on Instagram as well, so I'm going to be linking all their Instagrams down below, and may also link their Twitters, or, if the ones that do have Twitters, I'll link their Twitters instead. But yeah, guys, so make sure to check out all these designers, but let's start with the first one right here, which is from Sapphiro. So, here it is, guys. Now, this is my favorite. This is definitely one of the best designs I've seen when it comes to Scorbunny. Now, as you guys may know, there's been a bunch of theories going around right now, specifically about what Scorbunny is going to be evolving into. There's been the connection to sports, there's been the connection to, I don't know, themes of entertainment, like, oh, this character is going to be a sports character, this character is going to be a movie actor, this character is going to be this or that, or, some sort of entertainment-based thing, right? There's been a lot of splitting across that, but I think we can kind of assume that Scorbunny is more than likely going to have some influence, right? Some level of influence, not 100%, but some influence from football, or as, other people like to call it, or Americans like to call it, soccer, which I do not call it, because I live in Sweden, and we call it fotboll här, and that's how we call it, and in Bosnia, we also call it football, so yeah, that's just how we call it. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, the name does have score in it, right? Scorbunny, it literally says it right there, and I feel like if the people who've been doing these, English names for them, and you gotta remember this, right, when it comes to Pokemon, the ones who've done the English names for them tend to actually also be, the ones, they've probably seen already all the other evolutions for it. So when they gave it the name Scorbunny, they must have thought in their head, like, okay, so the Japanese name is Fire Bunny, literally translates Fire Bunny. And if we see the design here for the evolutions, and this is, I'm looking at this from the name choices from the translators working at the Pokemon Company International, or the Pokemon Company, rather the Pokemon Company in the, the West, rather so to say. The ones who do the English translations, right? So the English translation people might have been looking at it being like, okay, so its evolution looks like a football player, so why don't we go for a football name, right? Scorbunny, Soccer Bunny, or Scorbunny, scoring, boom, football, great. I did it with my hand, but I was going to show with my foot. A little bit weird. Either way, this design, though, by Sapphiro here is just bloody insane. Why? Because it gets that point across, though. It gets that football point very much across in the design. You've got the little fireball being shot down there while it's kind of like, just sliding in, like a slide tackle in towards that, fire football, I guess, if that's the way to, break it down. You also have over there on this side, I'm actually pointing in the wrong side. I'm going to point like this. I'm going to move my head over here. But you got right here, you got a fireball being created from its ears, which I think would be really cool because we haven't really, the ears are really, really long, and I would be surprised if they don't do something unique with the actual concept of the ears, like do something unique with them and how they work and all that. I really am intrigued. And then when it comes to this design, this probably is one of my favorite for the fact that it's just so clean. And when I look at Scorbunny right now, I see so many memes for him, Big Chungus or Bugs Bunny or whatever. Like a bunch of those memes, and I get it, right? And if my fear is there's gonna turn into some Bugs Bunny-esque looking, rabbit when he evolves, whereas this design right here gets a more cool and refreshed design and look to it across. This looks far more refined and cool. This genuinely looks sick. Again, Sapphiro, shout out to you majorly for making this. This is amazing, by the way. Major shout outs. This is freaking awesome. But also, you can see a background, back image right there, how it would look like from the back if it wasn't a battle, which looks, genuinely sick. Also, you got these little, kind of like, if you guys remember if you guys, look at the designs of, like, Nike, you got the little, the little design, the little logo, right? I think that's, like, based on one of the, from Greek mythology. I can't remember exactly who it was, but, there's a, god from Greek mythology who was, like, really, I don't know, fast and whatnot, and he had, I think I'm thinking of a specific god, but I can't remember his name. You guys probably let me know in the comment section down below. I'm thinking of a specific god. I remember, like, playing as him in Smite before. But, like, he, a very fast god, right? And he has, kind of those, like, back things right there. But I'm not sure if that's, like, what, Nike uses for their, designs. But I know just, like, some Greek mythology connection to Nike's design, or whatever. Some sort of Greek or Roman mythology, I'm not really sure, but there's something like that, and those kind of remind me at the back of, back of its feet, that it's going to be a really fast, little rabbit, which is freaking awesome, by the way. But also on top of that, I want to add something real quick, and that's going to be the fact that this could also imply, the fighting typing, as well as the electric typing, because, speed sometimes connects well with, electricity, right? That sort of stuff. It has a bit of a connection, right? The speed of light, right? You can also the speed of lightning. I mean, how lightning, when lightning strikes, is really quick, instantaneous almost. That's basically what I'm thinking of when I see this. That's the feeling I get. That this thing is going to be lightning fast, right? Lightning fast, lightning McQueen, dog. I mean, that's the feeling I get from it. But that doesn't mean that's what it's all about. I'm just saying, okay? But that's the feeling I get from it, and that's why I'm feeling like when I see it, this definitely could be, just picking up one of those other typings there, which would make a lot of sense in my opinion. Personally, I think it would be making, a lot of sense. But that's just me, though. Overall, though, great design. I thought I'd just give some of my opinions, rather than just sitting here being like, guys, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. I thought I'd actually give it a little bit more of an, my personal insight into why I think this design could work really well. Again, this is the kind of the cleanest design I can think of in my head for a, evolution, the most, general design that I can think of that would really work well. But we have some other designs here I'm going to talk about. So let's jump over to the other one here. This was made by the Drake. So the Drake, your boy, is coming through again, and he made Strike Hair. So Strike Hair here, he actually gave it a fire electric typing, which is pretty interesting, because when I think about the, typings in terms of, the upcoming evolutions, there's a lot of, things pointing towards this thing being a firefighting type, which would be so disappointing, because I've seen some people also say, there's been some theories about it maybe being, based on a boxer rather than a football player, which, fair enough, I guess. It would be a bit strange, though, for a rabbit boxer, but, I mean, hey, who might say? But, either way, though, here's the fire electric typing as well, and we, of course, see the electric part coming across here, with the ears popping out there, getting, got the whole lightning design to them with yellow, and also the tail as well, having the lightning shape to it, popping out as well. A little bit of yellow as well on the knees, and also around the crotch area. Overall, clean design. I do like the teeth. Looks like a little, straight up like a rabbit. Really, really on the point, dude. I freaking love that. And of course, fire electric makes sense. As I've said, there's been a rumor about that. For example, the name, when it comes to rather the description to the Scorbunny, or whatever, the way they describe it on the website is that it's bursting with energy, right? And when people think of bursting with energy, the first in terms of typings that comes to mind to most people was electric typing, and that's what people think that's going to happen. And if it does actually happen, by the way, if we do get an electric fire type freaking Pokemon starter that evolves into that, I mean, that would be fantastic, dude. I was gonna say fantastic, but I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be freaking-tastic. It will be awesome. It will genuinely be one of the coolest Pokemon, typings of all time, in terms of a starter. I think that would be really, really cool. But in terms of, that working out and that being the thing we get, I don't know. I feel like firefighting is the thing that most likely is going to happen, because we're talking about Game Freak here, okay? Game Freak doesn't really like to go too, to the too left field when it comes to things. They just kind of go, pretty straightforward. But there has been a bit of a shift in what they do, and since we don't really know much about these games yet, and we don't know how far they're going to go in, changing the things up and changing their methodology and all that shit, it's kind of hard to tell just yet, and it's too hard to call it right now. It's too hard to call it just yet. So I don't know. That's about it for that one, lads. Let's go over to the next one here, which is made by LDarkCore, yeah, boy. So this is a design that you guys have most likely seen. It is clean. He's also made a few other ones for another few Pokemon, but this one is just, I mean, just perfection, dude. I love it. So, of course, we got the soccer ball, the soccer, ball or whatever, football, being the fireball right there. And the design is really clean. Now, when I first saw this, the feeling I got is that this is all like a shirt up here, which is what it's meant to be. Like, it's supposed to give you that, you know, football player outfit-esque design. But also do like the collar, though, because that reminds me of old school football, like, or when I say football, I'm talking about soccer, for anybody who doesn't understand what I'm talking about. But this reminds me of old football, like, jerseys. They used to have, like, their collars, like, you know, like all the way up here and all around, like, really thick ones. They don't do those anymore. Now they're, like, pretty much, you know, just these normal ones, you know what I mean? Like, just normal, like, these, you know, no collar, so to say, on the shirts. But, you know, I mean, maybe there's still a few teams that do that. I'm not really sure. But majority don't do that anymore. But in the past, they used to have those colors around. And that was kind of the design they went for. But, you know, they don't do that anymore. So I kind of think this is a really cool, like, little, you know, it feels like a little bit of a callback to that, which I do love. Also, I like that it, like, the whole thing seamlessly works as a part of its body, but also gives it this feeling of being a straight-up shirt on it. Like, it isn't a shirt. You know, you'll notice it isn't a shirt on it, but that's how it feels like when you look at it, like, you know, from a distance. You know, it feels like, oh, it's a shirt on it. But when you look at it closer, you realize, it's actually part of its body. You know, it's actually part of genuinely its body. It isn't a shirt it's wearing, which is really freaking cool. Really unique way to, like, work around with, you know, just the way you match in colors there. I love that, dude. So freaking awesome. So let's go over to the next one, though, because we have one more from LDarkCore here. So that's going to be this one right here. Now, this is an evolution. The previous design, I think, this is an evolution to that. This would be the final stage, because the previous one was middle stage, and so to say, middle stage evolution. But here we got a bad boy when he's fully evolved. Here he does have more of a shirt design up top, like a little bit of a, you know, I was going to say crop top, but I'm not sure if that's what it is. The fists are larger, straight up like a big boy rabbit. He's got a little bit of a, you know, like a lightning design on its forehead there as well, which makes me think that maybe he thinks it's going to be a electric type, you know, electric typing Pokemon as well, you know, fire electric, which is highly likely. Overall, in terms of design, you've got a, you know, thick tail coming through at the back, really thin legs, giving me a little bit of a Bugs Bunny-esque design, you know, design feeling. I do like the faces in the eyes as well, though. Ears, really long. I do wish, you know, something else was going to happen with them, like maybe like some fireballs coming through that as well. I think that's a really cool concept, right? Using the ears, you know, and different parts of the body of the Pokemon to make them use moves is always fun. You know, maybe using the tail as a sort of like fire sword, right? Some brand new move, or using the ears to shoot out fireballs. It's always like a cool thing that I love seeing, you know, in designs. Overall, though, really clean design, if anything. If this was actually the final evolution, I'd definitely go for it. Genuinely, I would go for it. 100%. So let's jump over to the final gun on this video, guys, which is going to be from Velo here. So, Velo Arts made this one. Now, this one is a bit more to the point. First of all, you'll notice the middle stage evolution doesn't seem to have a shirt on, but does also give this indication of it being some sort of, like, you know, some sort of athlete. It's running, it's all ready, you know, oh, let's go, dude, it's a me, Mario. Kind of reminds me of Mario, actually, now that I think about it. It sure does. But it does also have shorts on right here. You can see that in the shorts design, which is way more, like, you know, visible here. You can't see it far more than on the other designs. It's far more visible. But, you know, across the board, though, you know, it just looks fine, though. It looks like straight-up fine design. I really like it. It's really clean. And also around its, like, you know, neck, it looks like, I mean, is it, I'm not sure if it's meant to be a collar or, like, headphones. It kind of looks like headphones. I could be wrong, though. Now, the final evolution looks like a female football player actually wearing an outfit like a straight up, like, it does it, like, it looks like it's part of its body, right? When you look at it, it is part of its body. Like, it looks like a shirt, and you got the collar again, which I do like, but this collar reminds me more of the outfits of football players during winter, because during winter, you know, when you play football, when it's cold, they actually have, like, long sleeves on when they play, and of course, you know, still shorts and whatnot. I mean, sometimes, I mean, yeah, the majority, yeah, shorts and, like, long sleeve shirts on, and this kind of reminds me of, like, female uniforms. I do also like the little, like, you know, sign there on the, you know, on the chest, like, you know, on football jerseys and stuff. You've got, of course, the, you know, team, you know, your team's logo or whatever, you know, on the chest, and of course the fireball being kicked away. Just, you know, at this point, just classic with the general concept for when it comes to this Pokemon. But yeah, that's going to be it, though, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video, and I think we've gone through all the designs I want to talk about in this video, guys. So please let me know if you guys enjoy these sort of videos. We'll definitely do a few more in the future if you guys want to see more. That's really up to you, though. Please let me know if that's something you guys want to see. These are really fun. I like to cover, like, really cool designs and how, in my mind, they could work with what we've seen so far. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys. What do you feel about this? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? And thank you so much for being here. I will catch you all in the next video. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.